y'all, I'm Mallory Paulino from Stay at Home Mallory. I post all sorts of homemaking and mom life videos, and today's video is an extreme kitchen deep clean, declutter, and organize. It's super long and it was broken up into 2 days, and I still didn't finish everything that was on my list. But it's filled with lots of cleaning motivation, and I really hope you guys enjoy it. If you do, don't forget to give this a thumbs up and subscribe to see more. The very first thing I'm starting with is just picking up everything that's out of place and putting it all away. Next, I'm going to put away all the clean dishes and then reload and start the dishwasher. And by the end of this video, the sink is full of dishes again, but that's just real life for you. Then I'm going to clean out the sink and hand wash a few things. Then I'm going to do something that I've literally never done before. I'm going to wipe down the tops of the cabinets. We've lived here for almost 3 years now, and I've never cleaned the tops of the cabinets. And this took so long because they were so dirty. It was bad. And the whole time I was standing up on the counter, Brooklyn was so concerned that I was gonna fall off. She kept reminding me to not fall down. And y'all, just look at how dirty it was up here. So I tried to skip ahead a little bit because if I kept all the footage of me cleaning off the cabinets, we'd be here for hours, and this video is already long enough as it is. Again, look how dirty this is. And that's after rinsing this cloth between every single cabinet. So then I'm going to go through every cabinet and take out every single thing so I can wipe down the shelves and take everything out that we don't use. I didn't show a close-up of the other cabinets, but this is how dirty they all were before I cleaned them. Not too long ago, I bought white bins to organize the food in the cabinets because we don't have a pantry, but it just wasn't really working out very well. I'd like to try to find another system that looks nice, but it's also functional, you know? I'm gonna go through all this candy we had left over from the holidays. Usually we don't keep much junk food in our house, so I was extremely happy to toss out the rest of this, honestly, but I did keep a few of our favorites. Then I'm just going to repeat this super long process with all the other cabinets. And these cabinets in the corner are such a pain because there's barely any space when you open the door, but it extends way out to the left. Like, I can fit my whole arm back there, but you can't really store anything back there because then you can't see it and it's a pain to get out. These storage containers look really nice, but sometimes it's a pain to switch stuff over to them. Like, this sugar container had been empty for a while, and I had just been getting sugar from the original pack because I hadn't felt like switching it over just yet. They look really nice, so I haven't given up on them just yet though. But when I shake this out here, dust goes everywhere. This cabinet here was kind of just a catch-all for us. Like anything that I didn't really know where I wanted to put it, I just stuffed it in here. But today I finally went through and actually organized it the best I could. kids had so many cups with missing parts that we just never used, so I went through and got rid of all of those. And this basket here is full of pieces to cups and bottles, so I'm going to go through this too and get rid of all the extra ones we don't use. So I'm going to start off day 2 by cleaning out the microwave. And just look at this. Clearly it had been a while since this has been done. I used my razor scraper to scrape off all the burnt on food right before this, but I didn't realize that I was slightly out of frame. And I thought this was so funny. I picked this picture up and I could tell there was something in it, so I dumped it out, and apparently one of the kids had hidden an apple in it. So then I'm going to wipe down everything that just sits out on our countertops. Then I'm going to wipe down the backsplash itself, which honestly does not happen near enough. I've literally never taken these knobs off and cleaned it like this. Normally I just do a quick wipe down of them and call it good. I've also never taken all the knives out of the knife block and washed it like this. And I don't know how I keep accidentally making it black and white. While I was cleaning, I was also watching MasterChef with my husband, which is like our new thing. We've gone through like 4 seasons in a week. Then I'm going to empty out all the drawers and bottom cabinets and clean them out just like I did with the upper cabinets. This is clearly our dog supply cabinet, but the bag of dog food we just got is too big to fit in here right now, so it's just sitting in the corner of our kitchen until we use enough so that it will fit in here. This is where we keep our garbage can, so the end of this cabinet always gets super dirty, but you can't really tell on camera how dirty it really is. This cabinet was probably one of the most satisfying before and afters. This is our cleaning supplies / medicine cabinet, but it had gotten super cluttered, so I took everything out and threw everything out that was expired and reorganized it so it looks so much better once I'm done. of those command hook clips to put on the inside of the cabinet door so I can just hang up my gloves from it so they're not just tossed into the cabinet. There was some dried on caulk or something on the outside of this cabinet that had literally been there since we moved in, so I finally scraped that off. I got these pink silicone oven mitts because our old black ones were made of cloth and they always stayed so dirty, but you can easily wipe off the silicone mitts so they stay so much cleaner, plus they're just way cuter, honestly. Also got a new utensil set that you probably saw if you watched my last video. So I'm going to go and remove all the duplicates that we have because I'm the kind of person that doesn't like tons of duplicates or clutter in my house, so I try and go through and declutter each room like once a month. Like I said a minute ago, I don't like to have lots of duplicates, so we only have one small, one medium, and one large pot, and the same for the pans. It works really well for us because we've never needed any more than we have, and it's way easier to keep it organized. The last thing I'm going to do is wipe down the outside of the fridge. I had planned on emptying out the fridge and wiping it down and organizing it, but I was so tired by this point that I just called it a day here. it looks when I am done. Full disclosure, this was filmed a day after I had finished cleaning, so there were already dishes in the sink that we're just gonna ignore. And I had to re-clean the kitchen before filming this, but it gets the point across either way. I know this video was super long, so if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I hope this gave you tons of cleaning motivation, and I will see you next time. Bye! Hey y'all, my name is Mallory Paulino from Stay at Home Mallory. I post all kinds of homemaking and cleaning content, and today's video is going to be a kitchen clean with me. I had actually already filmed and edited this video entirely, and then last night, which this is actually Tuesday morning, this is the morning I'm supposed to be posting this video, I went to turn on my MacBook last night to check the video, make sure everything was good before posting today, and my MacBook would not turn on. I have no clue why. It's charging, like the charging cable works. I had it on the charger all day, tried again, and it will not turn on. So my Mac right now is just kind of a paperweight, but that's a whole nother story. So today I've just got to focus on, I'm going to try and film, edit, save, and post all in one day. So today's video is probably going to be pretty short. Like I said, I had already filmed a kitchen clean with me. That's what today's video was supposed to be anyways. So I'm just gonna try and refilm that. It should be pretty quick and easy. So I'm gonna try and make this video pretty short because like I said, I've got to edit and post it all in the next few hours. It's actually not even 7 a.m. yet and I'm already up and about to start filming. So today's video probably will not have voiceovers because voiceovers take literal hours to do with my kids in the house because they're always running around and screaming in the background. So it takes so long to do the voiceovers. And not only that, but Elijah headbutted me and busted my upper lip. The whole inside is bruised and busted open. So it kind of actually hurts to talk right now. So there's probably not going to be any voiceovers. It's probably going to be a pretty quick video, but I really appreciate you watching anyways. So I'm going to go ahead and stop talking because I do not have much time today and we're going to go ahead and start cleaning. And that's going to be all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I know it was a little bit of a hot mess, but I'm going to try and have it together a little bit better in my next video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give this a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you then. Bye! Hey y'all, my name is Paulino from SAHMallorie. I post all kinds of homemaking and cleaning content, and today's video is going to be a kitchen clean with me. I had actually forgot this morning that my husband is off tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday, and normally I film on Mondays and Thursdays because I post on Tuesdays and Fridays, so usually those are my filming days. But I forgot he is off tomorrow because he ran duty this weekend, so he got a day off in the middle of the week, I'm sorry. So, yeah, I forgot he's off. I don't know how many times I've said that. And we plan on going out tomorrow, so I won't have time to film tomorrow. So I had already started cleaning up a little bit this morning. I cleaned up in the living room, and normally, you know, I do like the living room and kitchen. But yeah, the living room's already clean, so I'm just going to clean the kitchen today. But we're still gonna have lots of fun, get lots of things cleaned, get lots of cleaning motivation. So I still hope you enjoyed this video, but we're gonna go ahead and get on into it. So since I had already been working on cleaning, I did the process that I do in all of my videos where I just shove the mess from room to room until we get to the kitchen, and most of the stuff is put away by that point, but this is where I go through and sort stuff. Most of it was just trash from the living room, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and throw all that away and just sort through this stuff. There wasn't quite as much as there normally is in here. And now I'm just cleaning stuff off of our table. You can tell we had just been kind of piling stuff there for a minute now, so I'm gonna get all that cleared off so I can wipe it down really well. And now that I've got the table cleared off, I'm going to wipe down the table and the chairs with Lysol wipes this time. Normally I use a more gentle multi-surface spray because the kids touch everything and lick things. So I try and use a more gentle thing on a normal basis, but occasionally I do like to go in with Lysol wipes to really like deep clean stuff when it has been a minute since I've done that. So yeah, that's what I'm doing today. I'm gonna wipe down the table, and in a little bit we're gonna wipe down the counters, and I saw that our cabinets were really kind of grimy and gross too, so we're gonna wipe all of those down too. But yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and finish wiping down the table and chairs first. And now I'm going to move on to clearing off the counters, that way I can wipe them down. And you can see there's a ton of dishes in the sink, but our dishwasher is currently running. We've got a full dishwasher right now, and I just started it a little bit earlier in the day when I started cleaning the living room. So we're not going to be able to get to the dishes today, but we're going to go ahead and wipe everything else down. And yes, I do still have a sign that says Hello Spring hanging up on my wall, even though it is midsummer at this point. I keep meaning to take it down, but I don't really have anything to replace it with right now. I had meant to get some summer decorations when summer very first started, but I never did, and I still haven't. So right now the sign's still hanging there. I'm probably going to take it down soon, but every time I think of it, I'm doing something else or I'm not at home. And yeah, so eventually that sign will come down, but whatever. Alright, and all of these coins are here on the counter because Brooklyn had been hoarding them because my mom and I went out to eat the other day. And do y'all know those little like gumball machine type things, except they give you the little toys in the little balls? We did one of those for the first time ever. The kids had never done one. So, you know, we put the quarters in the machine, they turned the handle and got cute little toys out, and they were really excited about it. So Brooklyn came home that day and found every single coin she could, and she's hoarding them, saying that she's going to get her grandma to take her back to the little toy machine. So yeah, that's why we have coins all over our house right now. But yeah, anyways, I'm already wiping down the counters and cabinets here, as you can see. I had originally just gone in and wiped down the dishwasher with a Lysol wipe also, just to kind of get it clean, but it did leave it really streaky. So I have these old stainless steel wipes. I forget exactly what they are, but they're supposed to like polish stainless steel and get rid of all the streaks and whatnot. So I go in with that after I clean it off with the Lysol wipes. And yeah, now I'm moving on and wiping on the rest of the counters. Here, Elijah came up so excited to show me his car and his truck, and he showed me each of them like 7 times and was just really excited. I thought it was super cute, but you can't see what I'm doing at all, but at least it was really cute. And now that we got all the cabinets and countertops done, it felt really nice to have the cabinets wiped down because I don't do it super often. So yeah, it was really nice to have those clean. I'm going to go get my crosswave because the floors also desperately needed to be vacuumed and mopped. So we're going to get those clean also. So now I'm just going to finish cross-waving the floors, and I'm going to put the table and chairs back where they belong from shoving them out of the way earlier, and then put the cross-wave away, and that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got all sorts of cleaning motivation. I know that the kitchen is always the room that needs the most cleaning, so I hope you got tons of good kitchen cleaning motivation today. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button if you want to see more, because we just hit 350 subscribers, which is huge to me, and I'm really appreciative to all of y'all. Thank you so much for everything, all the support, all the views, likes, comments, and so on and so forth. So yeah, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Hey y'all, my name is Mallory Paulino from SAHMallorie. I post all kinds of homemaking and cleaning content, and today's video is going to be a kitchen organization video. We're going to be doing a little bit more than just organizing. I'm also going to be like decluttering some stuff. I went out this morning. I went to Dollar Tree and Marshall's. Our Dollar Tree is really small, so it didn't have tons of stuff. It had a few things, and I did get a few things there, but Marshall's, on the other hand, was definitely like the jackpot. I hit the jackpot going there. So I got a lot from Marshall's, more than I should have, honestly. I had a list on my phone of some things I thought I would need. You know, I needed some organization for our cups, and a couple of other things. So I had that list on my phone, and I got a little bit more than what was just on my list. But yeah, so I'm probably going to tidy up the kitchen. You can kind of see in the background, it's a little bit messy, but I didn't want this video to be like 2 hours long. So I'm probably gonna do some light tidying up before I start filming, and then that way in this video we can just do some really good organizing and decluttering and not have to skip over or fast forward too much through that. So yeah, I'm gonna go tidy up the kitchen just a little bit, and then we will get to decluttering and organizing. I'm going to be starting with our plates and cups and bowls cabinet. I decided to go cabinet by cabinet instead of like taking everything out at once. I'm going to start at one cabinet, empty it, declutter and organize, and then move on to the next. I just figured that would be a lot easier and just kind of make a circle around the kitchen. But yeah, so we're going to start here. It wasn't too bad. It was just all kind of thrown in there and just looked kind of sloppy. There's a ton of like mismatched cups and everything. I want to eventually get like a nice matching set. We used to have like all matching cups and plates, but with our kids breaking them every other day, we are now just left with some random stuff. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of organize that. And the kids cups, I'm gonna put them in this bin on the top shelf. That way it looks a little bit nicer because you just see the white bin instead of seeing a bunch of colorful cups. I tried to do that with the other cups too, but they wouldn't fit in it. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of experiment around, and it doesn't end up perfect. It still looks a little off to me, so I'll probably play around with it a little bit more. But it does look a little bit more organized than it did when I started, at least, so that's good. Alright, now we're going to be moving on to probably one of my favorite like cabinets to work on in the kitchen. It was super messy before. We had a giant box of trash bags because we bought trash bags from Sam's for the first time. And the box of trash bags itself took up nearly the entire cabinet. But I'm going to empty that out and take out some expired like cleaning products and medicines. I keep like medicine and cleaning products in here. That's why I always have a lock on the door. But yeah, so I'm going to go through those and just kind of reorganize them in these baskets. It wasn't too like unorganized in here. It was mostly still organized, but there was just some stuff I needed to take out. But when I'm done with it, it just looks so cute in here because everything's in its little baskets. I just really like this cabinet for some reason. So I was trying to organize our daily vitamins. We have some multivitamins for us and the kids, and then we have like some vitamin C and some iron tablets and stuff like that we take every day. So they wouldn't fit in the basket, so I wound up just kind of setting them in front of it. It doesn't look the greatest. I might go in because I did have some little organizing bins left over after, so I might go in and stick some of those in another bin there, just see what I can do. But also this little hanging trick on the door for my gloves, I love it. I saw it on like Pinterest or something, I think. I got the little command clips, stuck them to the door so that way it holds my gloves and my dirty dish gloves aren't just laying on top of our clean like washcloths and stuff like that. Alright, now we're done and it looks super cute in here. I really like the way it looks now. Like I said earlier, it's one of my favorite spaces in the kitchen to organize because it always just looks so cute when it's done, if that makes any sense. And now I'm going to move over to the Tupperware cabinet. It's always a huge disaster, and I wound up getting a new Tupperware set at Marshall's today to replace most of this, but for now I'm just going to be emptying everything out of here, going through and getting rid of a lot of it. I had some of my mom's Tupperware that I'm going to give back to her. And our old like square Tupperware set I'm probably just going to donate if family doesn't want it. But yeah, so I'm going to go through and organize those, and then I will show you the Tupperware set that I was talking about a second ago. It's pink and purple and it's really cute, and it all fits inside each other, so it will take up so much less space than our old set. So I was really excited about that. this cabinet, I completely forgot to do a before shot. I started forgetting here and there to do some befores on a lot of these cabinets at this point. But you can still kind of see what I'm working with. This, I just kind of call it our miscellaneous cabinet. Just random stuff that I still want in the kitchen but don't know where to put it. Just kind of gets shoved in this cabinet. I left my air fryer on the bottom shelf in that back corner because they're so deep, but you can't get to anything back there. But yeah, the air fryer, I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep or not. I decided to just hang on to it for now. And we also made the mistake of buying Ziploc bags at Sam's like a year or two ago at this point, and we still have so many left. And I was trying to figure out how to organize these. I got these little drawer organizers, but it was kind of an organizing fail. It does not look neat at all, but it at least kind of got the big bulky boxes out of the way for the most part. And this cabinet still doesn't look too great, and I end up putting some of our like overflow items in here. Like our flour has a container I pour it in, and then the extra flour I put like back in this shelf over here. So like I said, just kind of extra stuff that doesn't fit in our other cabinets, so it's always just kind of a mess in there. This cabinet here, again, I forgot to do it before, is what I call our drinks cabinet. We keep our smoothie stuff and our coffee and tea stuff in here. We don't drink coffee a ton, but we have started keeping coffee in the house recently. But yeah, so I'm just going to organize those. And in the big square bins are just some stuff that we like mix in with smoothies and whatnot. So yeah, this is just our drink cabinet. I'm just going to go ahead and organize this. This cabinet over here holds like our baking type stuff and some of our spices. We do have a spice rack on top of the counter, but I just am terrible at keeping up with refilling it and whatnot. But some vanilla extract, I think it was, did get spilled in the bottom here. I'm going to clean all that up, and it did wind up staining the cabinet. It left like a yellow stain on it, but oh well, we're going to get it wiped up as best as I can. We're going to get things put back in here. I pretty much put things back how they were, but I did add a Lazy Susan in the middle shelf because I've never had one of those, and I was actually really excited to get one. It sounds kind of strange, but yeah, I was really excited about it. And even just adding the Lazy Susan instead of just having things on the shelf just made it look more organized, and it's kind of fun to just spin it around, and it makes it easier to find things that would be like in the back of the shelf. This cabinet here keeps mostly our canned stuff and pastas and rice and stuff like that. This cabinet is like the other miscellaneous cabinet where the back goes so far back and you can't really use any of that space. That's why I'm using this like can rack to try and utilize some of the space, but we had food back there that I didn't realize we still had back there from like a year ago, and you just can't really use the space that well. It's a pain. This kitchen is really small and the storage in it is not great. That's why I'm trying to organize the best I can to use it in the best way possible, but yeah, it's just kind of hard. I'm thinking of getting one of those big standalone pantry cabinet type things next to our back door on the other side, just so we can have a bigger cabinet for more food storage. But yeah, maybe one day we'll do that. This cabinet is mostly just snacks and like quick lunch type things. Usually it's a lot more full than it was today, but we need to go grocery shopping really soon. I'm probably gonna go grocery shopping like today or tomorrow. So that's why it was easier to organize this. When it's full, like right after going grocery shopping, it is not this easy to organize. It's always overflowing and like just stuff crammed in there. But I tried to do 2 different bins. Like I have one bin with stuff shoved in it, but I got another one from the Dollar Tree. So I'm gonna do one bin of stuff like I don't mind the kids having whenever they want, like their little applesauces and protein bars and granola, just random stuff like that. And then the other one I'm gonna put like, we have some Twinkies, like my husband's Twinkies and like cream of the wheat, that's his favorite. So like I'm gonna put that stuff and like chips and stuff in the other one. That way, you know, they have their own bin that they can pick whatever they want from. And it gave us 2 different bins, which looks a lot more organized and things fit in them better. So yeah, it does look good for now, but like I said, this isn't how it's always gonna look because it's pretty much empty right now and we are overdue for a grocery shopping trip. We actually went to Sam's this evening after I finished filming this, so it's already like full of stuff. But like I said a second ago, I'm just doing the best I can trying to organize this tiny kitchen and actually being able to store food here. when I emptied out our fridge, it was pretty dirty in here, and my goal was to not like do much cleaning in this video. I wanted to just focus on organizing, but I did want to give the fridge a quick wipe down. I'm not doing like a super deep clean, but just giving it a good wipe down and trying to get up like the obvious spills and whatnot. So yeah, I'm gonna work on that now, and then I'm gonna put everything back in the fridge. And because our kitchen's very narrow, you couldn't really see what I was doing getting things out of the fridge and freezer or putting them back in, so it's kind of not the greatest angle, but I'll give you a close-up once I do get everything back in. And I'm really bad at fridge organizing for some reason. Like, I love watching other people organize their fridges, if that's the right word, and it looks so satisfying when people have everything in like perfect clear bins and everything, but I'm just not good at organizing a fridge for some reason. So it doesn't look that satisfying, but we do have our eggs in a cute little egg container, and that's like the highlight of my whole kitchen. I'm so proud of that egg container because it looks so cute. But anyways, yeah, so I'm gonna just finish up cleaning in here. Like I said, I'll give you a closer look at what it looks like when I'm done. And the last thing I'm going to be doing is working on the pots and pans cabinet. It's mostly empty because most of the dishes are dirty and in the dishwasher right now. But yeah, I'm going to clean out some crumbs and put that new lid organizer in there. And that's going to be it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it and it gave you some motivation to organize your kitchen, especially if you have a small kitchen like me. It doesn't look perfect, but it works a lot better than it did before. It was definitely in need of a good little organizing. Anyways, yeah, I hope it gave you some organizing motivation and you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give this a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Hey y'all, my name is Paulina from SAHMallorie. I post all kinds of homemaking and cleaning content, and today's video is going to be a kitchen clean with me. This was kind of a last minute decision because today's video was supposed to be Elijah's bedroom makeover, and I've been working on that most of the day. But I just realized that I had several things I needed. I needed some nails and a couple more picture frames to get the decorations up, and I don't have time to go get them today, and I've got to post this video in the morning. So I wouldn't have time to finish that video, and I didn't want to post it unfinished. So anyways, yeah, here we are, and our kitchen desperately needs to be cleaned. So that's where we're at now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make a video of that, of me cleaning up my kitchen because we have so much mess in there. You'll get lots of motivation if that's what you're here for. The first thing I'm doing, as you can see, I'm starting with some dishes because we have a mountain of dishes in our sink. So I'm gonna get those in there, and we did have a few left over that we needed to hand wash, so we're just gonna get all of that done first. Usually I try and clean up the kitchen and then do the dishes like last, but I wanted to get that done first because it was getting close to time for me to start making dinner, so I wanted to make sure I had all the dishes cleaned for that. Okay, and now I'm going to be hand washing these dishes. I'm going to be using these really cool scrub gloves. I don't even know what they're called, but they've got bristles on the gloves because I hate touching dirty dishes. So I used to wear rubber gloves and then use a sponge or a scrub brush, but it just kind of makes it a little bit easier because it's both in one. And I just squirt some soap on it, and it's actually kind of fun to use, and they're pink, which is my favorite. I mentioned it before. I found these at Marshall's for probably like $5. I had been eyeballing a pair on Amazon for a little while that were probably $15, $20, and I just didn't want to spend that on them. But when I saw it at Marshall's for like $5, I had to get them, and I'm glad I did. I've really been enjoying it. Now I'm going to be cleaning off the counters. There weren't too many things in here that weren't supposed to be. They were just some snacks that were on the counters instead of getting put back in the cabinets. So yeah, I'm going to put all of that up, and in a second I'm going to move over to the other counter and you'll see all the kids' Halloween candy is everywhere. I don't really have anywhere to store it for now, so right now they're just in the kids' Halloween buckets on the counter, and hopefully soon I'm going to be decorating for Christmas. I'm actually planning on Christmas shopping today and decorating soon because we're going to be going out of town mid-November, and so I won't really have time to decorate until into December when we get back home, and I just kind of want to have it all up for when we get back home. So I don't really remember where I was going with all that, but yeah, so hopefully that will be coming soon too because I plan on making that a video. Okay, now that I've got everything off of the counters, I am going to go in and clean them using a multi-surface spray and a microfiber cloth. And now that I've got the counters wiped down, I'm going to put away these dishes that have been drying in the sink. I really need to invest in a dish drying rack, but for now I just leave them in the sink, and I almost always forget to put them away, and then dirty dishes get piled on top of them, so they have to be re-washed anyways. But anyways, I actually remembered to put them away today, so that's what I'm doing now. This right here is my favorite drawer in the house for pretty obvious reasons. As you can see, I love everything pink. But anyways, now I've got all that put away, and that's going to be all for today's video. I just really needed to get this kitchen nice and clean, and it looks so much better now, just in time for me to start cooking dinner, so I don't have to cook in a dirty kitchen. I really hope you got some motivation to clean your kitchen or whatever you need to get clean today. So if you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Hey y'all, my name is Mallory from SAHMallorie. I post all kinds of homemaking and cleaning content, and today's video is going to be an extreme kitchen declutter, organize, and deep clean. I'm going to be doing a little bit of everything. Y'all know, if you've seen my videos, you know that we have a really small kitchen, so it's very easy for this kitchen to get very cluttered and completely disorganized, and it's been a while. I think my last video where I decluttered the kitchen probably several months ago. That's the last time I've like really cleaned up in here, besides like cleaning off the counters and daily stuff. So it really needs a good decluttering. I got an Instant Pot for Christmas, which can replace several other appliances, so I'm going to declutter those and just stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead and hop right into it because we just got back from the library, so it's already halfway through the day, and I want to get this done before I have to cook dinner tonight. So we're going to go ahead and start now. Alright, so I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a before. I've already cleaned the kitchen like at surface level, except for our Valentine's decorations over there. We're decorating later in the month, so I don't have anywhere to put those yet, so they're just gonna sit there. But right here, this used to be our dog food cabinet. That's why it's got a lock on it, because Elijah would eat it. But we cleared that out, put the dog food over in that. So now I've got my Instant Pot in there, and I do plan on putting a couple more appliances in there once I kind of rearrange. I've got plates and cups and bowls in here. This one definitely needs to be rearranged and organized. You can tell I had some things where I tried. I think I'm just going to get rid of those, but it needs to be decluttered and everything. Let's see, we've got our cleaning cabinet down here. Definitely needs some love. This is our Tupperware type things, our Tupperware and food containers, stuff like that. This is a completely random cabinet. It's just full of random stuff, and I'm hoping to kind of like put that to actual use. This one's kind of got coffee and tea stuff. And then up here, we have our toaster oven, and here is our baking cabinet, which is getting a little crowded. And these are our only food cabinets. I don't know why it's not focusing. That, which it goes in all the way back there, so it's got more room than it looks like, but that space is not really usable because it's all the way in the back. And then we have this cabinet that's just full of random stuff, and it's completely unorganized. I need to try and redo these and maybe find another cabinet we can put food into. I'm thinking like maybe doing those three and moving our baking stuff in that one. I don't know yet. Down here, this one's random cooking type things. Let me see this baby. This has got our utensils, and it won't open because Oh goodness. We've got some random appliances. I think I'm gonna move that over into that other cabinet. And pots and pans and a toaster. And then above the fridge, that we have completely random stuff in, and then we have stuff just piled up there. I want to try and clear that off too. So I decided to go from one cabinet to another. I didn't want to take everything out of all cabinets at the same time because I've tried that before and it was just extremely overwhelming. So I'm going to start with one cabinet at a time, or one drawer at a time. I'm going to be starting with our silverware drawer. There wasn't really too much to do in there, just to take out a couple of things. And then we're going to move into our plates and cups and bowls cabinet. It was pretty messy and I had a couple of organizers that some of our bottles were in, but honestly they were just taking up more space than anything, so it was just kind of a waste of space to have those in there. So I'm just going to kind of take everything out and then look through all of those and get rid of some old things that we don't really use anymore, and then put them back in and try to kind of organize them. This one, I struggle with organizing this cabinet a lot for some reason. Like, I want it to look really pretty, but I just can't quite get it there, but it was a lot better after I was done at least. And now we did have a few dishes that were dirty. I had some in the sink and whatnot. So we had a couple more cups and some bowls, but otherwise that's about everything. I think maybe a coffee mug or two. But anyways, now I'm going to clean the dishwasher. It's empty right now, and I had wiped down the inside somewhat recently, like at the bottom where the door opens, because like the dirty water would drip down and collect right where like it opens and closes. But I'm putting in one of the, I think it's called a Fresh tablets. It's in like that green box. I should have shown it, but I forgot to. So I'm gonna put that in and just run an empty cycle and let it clean itself while I move on and work on other things. And the next thing I'm gonna work on is our cleaning / medicine cabinet under our sink. It was very, very messy, and I really like organizing this one. I feel like it always just looks so nice when I'm done. This is a hack I found on Pinterest where you get the command hook clips, and I clip my gloves on there on this door, and I do have another pair of clips that I'm getting next time we get groceries, and I'm going to put those on the other door in this cabinet for my scrub gloves. It's like gloves with little scrubbies on the palm, and sometimes I do dishes with those too, so I'm going to put those on the other door next time. But now we're going to move over into our Tupperware cabinet, or like food storage cabinet. It wasn't too bad, and I don't think I decluttered anything out of there, but I just kind of wanted to straighten it up just a little bit. And we do have a shelf in there, but it doesn't have the little pegs to like stick into the little holes to hold it up, if y'all know what I'm talking about. So I do need to try and get some of those so I can actually use the shelf in there eventually. But here's what that looks like when I'm done, and the kids get into here a lot, so it's usually messed back up anyways. But now I just wanted to show you this little drawer right next to the oven. I keep my oven mitts in there, and here are those other gloves I was telling you about a second ago that I'm going to put in the cleaning cabinet. soon, but I just wanted to show you that. There was obviously nothing to do in there. And then we're going to move into, basically this is a junk cabinet. It's got some random appliances, Ziploc bags, organizing things, some overflow things from like storage containers that like wouldn't fit in there. So I'm going to empty that out and try to figure out what to do in there. So for this cabinet, I had no clue what I was doing. I kept the bags in here because I didn't know where else to put them. And then I decided I'm going to put some of my baking stuff over in this cabinet since it's a little, tongue-tied. I couldn't even say tongue-tied. Since this cabinet on the left is a little bit bigger than the cabinet I already had my baking stuff in, I'm going to move some of that over there. But you'll see here soon, I'm really struggling with trying to figure this one out. This is our drinks cabinet. It's got our stuff to make teas and coffees and hot chocolate and whatnot, and it is a little bit packed in here, but it is just about as organized as it can get, so I'm gonna kind of leave that alone. And then this cabinet over here, that was my baking stuff. I decided to move our spices off the countertops into here, and I'm not sure if I'm crazy about it. You'll see here in just a second what I'm talking about. I'm sorry if the dishwasher is kind of loud, but I'm really struggling to know what to do with this cabinet. Right now, I took all the spices out of our old spice thing that sat on the counter just to kind of clear up some space on the counters. I've got those all in there. I've got a couple of cooking like sauces and spray and oil there. More spices up here. The top one is completely empty. Like I said, that's just got our toaster oven. This is our drinks cabinet, and then our baking cabinet. And that's kind of like our cooking cabinet because we don't really have room to fit all of that into here. Like I was kind of hoping to do that so I could make that another food cabinet, but I don't know. I might just kind of leave it like it is right now, even though we have so much empty space in that one, just to kind of think through like what to do with these. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think I'm just gonna leave it for today, and let me know if y'all have any ideas. I want the spices to be within reach. Like I don't want to put them up there because then I won't really be able to reach it as easily while I'm cooking. But I also don't really want them on the counter, even though that would free up more cabinet space. I'm not sure yet. Let me know if y'all have any ideas because I'm at a loss for this. And maybe I will reorganize in another video. I'm not sure yet. Just let me know if y'all have any ideas because I need help. I'm gonna hop back over to the silverware drawer real quick because I had a organizing thingy from our random junk cabinet that I figured would be perfect for keeping the kids' spoons and forks and whatnot. And then I'm going to use another one to organize some of our sauces from eating out. We eat out way too much, so we always have a stockpile of sauces. But then I'm going to move over into our microwave now and clean that out. Like I said earlier, I had kind of cleaned things at surface level, so like our countertops were cleaned, but y'all see me do that in like every video anyways. So I wanted to do some deep cleaning, like cleaning out the microwave, and we clean out the stove some and stuff like that I don't do near as often as I probably should. Our kitchen is so narrow, so it's like impossible to film myself cleaning out our oven because I have to sit in front of the oven door when it's open because there's no room beside it because our kitchen is as narrow as our stove is. But it was kind of hard to get an angle, but I'm going to clean in here. I cleaned off the door pretty well. There was a lot of dried on who knows what stuck to the little window too, but I decided not to clean the inside of the oven, like the bottom of it. It was pretty dirty, but it was already kind of getting later. I needed to start dinner soon, and I was really starting to get tired at this point, so I decided I'm going to save the inside of the oven for another day, maybe do that in another video, but at least the door of the oven looked a lot better once I was done. Now moving over into our food cabinets. This one is more of the food that I use for like meals, and the other cabinet is more of like our snacks and like quick lunches and stuff like that. This one is like the other, like it goes really far back into the cabinet. Like I can fit my whole arm back there, but it's pretty much unusable because then things just get hidden, and I've had bad food back there sitting there for years because I didn't realize it was still back there anymore and stuff like that. So it's just hard to organize stuff in these cabinets particularly, but I couldn't really organize too much anyways. I did clean out some food that had gone bad that, like I said, I didn't realize was in there, and then I'm going to refill some of our containers, and that was about it in that one. And then I'm going to move over to the other cabinet, which was a hot mess, and we decluttered, or not decluttered I guess, but I got rid of so much old food and made a lot of space in there. And it is time for another grocery shop, so our cabinets were a little bit emptier than they normally are because normally our cabinets are slam full, and then we have food sitting on the counters because we don't have enough storage for all the food. But I talk about this constantly. I'm watching for some sort of like standalone pantry. I can't really find one that I like on like Amazon or Wayfair or anything like that. I'm not really sure where to look for what I'm wanting, but I'm also like waiting to see if like any thrift stores are gonna have any like wardrobe pantry type things that I can put over on the other side of our back door. That would be perfect, so I can keep all the food in there, and that would free up so much space for all of our other stuff in our cabinets. So hopefully one day we'll have that, and that'll make this a little bit easier. now I'm going to work on what is basically our junk drawer. It had candles and batteries and all sorts of just random stuff in there, so I did need to throw away a lot of stuff in there, and then I moved some stuff around, but otherwise, I mean, I pretty much just left it how it was. There wasn't too much that needed to come out. And the drawer next to it is our utensil drawer, and I couldn't get rid of anything in there because we don't have any duplicates or anything like that. I do need all of those, but I'm planning on moving some of those out like onto the countertops soon when I redecorate for Valentine's, because they're pink and they would match perfectly. But now I'm going to be cleaning off the top of the fridge. We had paint and craft supplies and batteries and light bulbs, bubbles, a lunchbox. If you can think of it, we probably had it on top of our fridge or in this little cabinet up there. We had painting supplies too. So I'm just going to take all of that out, and I left our griddle up there, but otherwise I'm going to take everything out, and I'm just going to leave it empty for now while I try and decide what to put up there, because that cabinet's like impossible to reach. So I know whatever I put up there, I'm never going to use it because I can't get to it. And then I'm going to work on these last two cabinets that I had forgotten about when I was over here. This one, it just had a couple of pans and our waffle maker and our old slow cooker, so I'm going to take those out, move the waffle maker to the new appliance cabinet, and we're going to get rid of the slow cooker. Otherwise, I don't know what to do with this cabinet either. And then the one next to it just had our toaster and pots and pans, and I moved the toaster and kind of cleaned out the cabinet a little bit, but that was it, and that's going to be all for today's video. Our kitchen looks a million times better. It almost feels kind of empty right now because it looks so much better than it did before. We have a huge bin full of things to donate and get rid of. So I really hope this gave you lots of motivation, because I know I feel so much better now that it's done. If you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Hey y'all, my name is Mallory from SAHMallorie. I post all kinds of homemaking and cleaning content, and today's video is going to be an extreme kitchen clean with me. Our family has been going through it lately. We have been dealing with horrible colds since we got back from our vacation. We were not even fully over them, and then we caught a stomach bug. The kids were vomiting for a full day, and then the day I filmed this, Zach started, and then the day I'm recording these voiceovers, the day this is going up, I'm starting now. So it has been one thing after another, so our house has been absolutely destroyed. That's why I'm not doing a full whole house clean though today, is because none of us were feeling great and didn't have that much energy, but our kitchen especially needed to be cleaned. So I'm going to go through, get that cleaned up, because there wasn't even any counter space left in here. It was really bad. But anyways, yeah, I'm going to start in here, and we have been starting to wrap the kids' Christmas presents. So here in just a second, you'll see all these cardboard boxes, and I'm just going to throw them out on the back deck. We have a literal mountain of cardboard boxes out there, but we're planning on doing a bonfire and s'mores and hot chocolate with the kids. We were going to do it on this day that I was filming, but like I said, Zach started getting sick this day, so we still have that mountain out there. We'll get to it soon, hopefully. And up here on the table you can see all the Lysols and sprays I've been using to try and keep the house clean, and obviously that has not been working too well. But we also did our little gingerbread houses. We got the gingerbread village from Target, and it came with 4 tiny houses. That way each of us got our own, and so we got to decorate those, and of course we kind of helped the kids like put theirs together, but then they got to decorate it, and it was a lot of fun. I don't think I've like ever done gingerbread houses before, but the kids loved it. They ate most of their candy, so they hardly have any candy on their houses. But it was a lot of fun, so I'm going to move those over to the counter in a little bit and kind of like use those as decoration, because y'all know we do have a gingerbread theme going on in our kitchen, so it kind of fits perfectly. As soon as I started to wipe down the table, Brooklyn and Elijah ran and grabbed tissues to help clean because they couldn't reach the paper towels, or I think we were actually out this day. But yeah, so they're helping wipe down the chairs with tissues here. And once we're done wiping that down, we're going to move over to the counter, and you'll see it's absolutely horrible up here. I hadn't done dishes or anything in a couple of days, and even though there's only 4 of us living here, I feel like we go through enough dishes for like a family of 8. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, we're going to get all this cleared up and get the counters wiped down, just get it cleaned up in here, because at least when the kitchen is clean, even if the rest of the house is still pretty messy, I don't feel quite as overwhelmed with it, because, I don't know, having a clean kitchen makes me feel a little bit better. So at the end of this, the kitchen is clean, the rest of the house is messy, but we at least got something done. Now I'm going to move over here, and these are actually clean dishes that I had hand washed and left out to dry. I don't even know how long before I would put these away that I had washed them. I worded that really weird, but you know what I'm saying. I don't know how long they sat there before being put away. I know it was at least several days. Right here, I was holding my camera and I was clearly struggling with trying to pick up this stack of bowls with one hand. And since we've been sick, I cannot remember the last time I've actually cooked. So we have some dino nuggets and some frozen pizza that we had left over from lunch. None of us have had a huge appetite, so we had some of that left over. So I'm going to leave that out just so we can kind of pick on it the rest of the day. But the dinosaur nuggets I actually made in my Instant Pot that I just kind of scooted in the corner here. Zach got that for me for Christmas, but he gave it to me a little bit early. So that was the first thing I made in there because I didn't have like an actual meal to cook, so we just did dino nuggies. I've been wanting an Instant Pot for a really long time, so I was so excited to use it that I didn't want to wait to go to the store and buy ingredients to make like an actual meal. So we just did nuggets in it for now, and they turned out great. But yeah, we're just gonna get this counter cleared off, and then we're going to start on the dishes. Now that we have all the dishes done, I'm going to wipe down the counters, and if I had thought of this earlier, I would have done this today, but soon I am going to go in with some Clorox wipes to disinfect all these surfaces really well. I'm using a multi-surface spray from Plant Therapy, but I do like to go in and disinfect surfaces with Clorox wipes and Lysol and stuff like that when we're sick, especially when it's a stomach bug, but I don't like using those on a daily basis because I feel like they're really harsh. But like I said, I would have used those today if I had thought of it, but of course it's been hectic lately, so I'm going to use those as soon as possible. And the very last thing we're going to do today is sweep up the floors. I should have mopped, but like I said earlier, I didn't have that much energy today, so I called it quits after this. You'll see Elijah following me around with the dustpan. He loves helping me out when I'm sweeping. That is his favorite chore. That is his duty, and he just dropped one of his toys in here. That's what that sound was. But anyways, anytime he sees me grab the broom, he instantly runs and grabs the dustpan for me. It's really cute. But anyways, that's going to be all for today's video. I know it wasn't quite as extreme as some of my others since we were just focusing on one room today, but we're just kind of doing what we can right now since none of us are feeling very well. But I hope you got some good cleaning motivation anyways. I know the kitchen's always the place I need cleaning motivation in too. But if you did, give this a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Hey y'all, my name is Mallory from SAHMallorie. I post all kinds of homemaking and cleaning content, and today's video is going to be a kitchen deep clean and organize. As part of my spring cleaning, I've been going through room by room and just trying to clean everything in that room. So today's task is the kitchen, and I figured I'd film that because I know that's where I like to watch videos on that. I like to get motivation for the kitchen because it's always the messiest and the most satisfying to watch. So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump straight into it. So I had to start with some dishes that I had been putting off for several days. As you can see, I didn't want to do too much routine tidying in this video because y'all have seen me clean my kitchen 101 times, but I wanted to leave mostly just the deep cleaning things that I don't do on a daily basis. But I had been ignoring dishes for days now, so I figured I would just add that in the video because that had to be done. Yep, that's you, Elijah. Yeah, but that had to be done before we could deep clean the sink and do anything else. Now the next thing I wanted to do is just go ahead and empty out our little food cabinet. Y'all know that we have hardly any food storage in our kitchen, so I have to rearrange and reorganize constantly. We just got a grocery order right before we got home, put our groceries away, had lunch, and then I started filming. So we had just gotten some groceries that I left most of the things for the cabinet just sitting on the countertop. So I'm gonna clean out that cabinet, and then try and rearrange in there and just do the best I can to make use of the space. We are thinking about getting a standalone pantry in the other corner of the kitchen by the back door. We'd like to maybe look into in the future adding more cabinets over there and everything, like just kind of extending our kitchen to the other side. We've got lots of ideas and plans of things we can do, but right now we're just kind of working with what we've got. So I'm just gonna kind of put things in bins and baskets and just shove it in there the best I can. And now I'm just going to repeat that same process with the freezer and with the fridge. I'm going to empty out everything that's like expired and whatnot and kind of like rearrange things in there, because our fridge, we had frozen burger patties from last summer still sitting in the bottom of the freezer, because it's just hard to organize this freezer. It's really tall and narrow, and so things get piled on top of one another and they never get seen again. But I'm not going to be like wiping down the inside of the fridge and freezer today, because I didn't have quite that much energy, even though they definitely needed to be. But I'm going to wipe down the outside once I get the inside nice and organized. And now I'm just going to be wiping down everything. I'm going to be wiping down all the cabinets and appliances and countertops and all. I'm going to be kind of doing like a top to bottom approach, you know, because crumbs and stuff fall downward. So we're just going to go ahead and wipe everything down really well. I've got a multi-surface concentrate from Mrs. Meyer's, and then I added a little splash of vinegar in it to do some extra deep cleaning.
Now we have a cereal today, and we're going to have a fun day, and this is going to be the happiest day, and we're going to have a good, happy day before you met us, and this is the happiest good day before you met us, and you really wanted to know you should, and you really could be with us all day, and you shouldn't watch our video all day. So, why, baby? So what, sir, baby?
Alright, so that's going to be all for today's video. I hope it gave you some motivation to wipe down the spaces you wouldn't normally wipe down in your kitchen. I've gotten a lot better at keeping the house and the kitchen especially tidy, and I'll wipe down the counters quite often, but you know, there are things that you don't do every single day, like reorganizing and taking everything out, throwing out expired food, wiping down the cabinets, especially with stainless steel. They always have fingerprints and like water drops on it where you can see where like water had run down the bottom of the fridge and stuff. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I do plan on kind of filming some more of my spring cleaning as I go through the house. So if you want to see that, just keep an eye out for all of those, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!